The Shining. I've talked about The Shining on the channel before, but I want to go a little bit deeper this time.
That's what she said!
In 1977, a coke-addled lunatic by the name of Stephen King wrote one of the greatest horror novels of all time. And what was his reward? The terrible displeasure of having his work adapted by the best filmmaker on the planet. Okay, look, I get it. This movie isn't a perfect adaptation. In the book, Jack is a troubled but well-meaning man who wants nothing but to break the cycle of abuse and protect his family from himself, tragically succumbing to his demons despite his most valiant efforts. In the movie, he's Jack Nicholson.
See? It's okay. You saw it on the television.
The differences between the two are stark. And yes, there are a couple of things in particular left behind in the novel that if adapted well could have been truly iconic. But, when King was given the opportunity to do it himself, we ended up with this. In all fairness, as a horror author myself, I do understand the fear of having your work pillaged by an artist with a different vision. King himself summed it up beautifully with this colorful metaphor.
In my novel, the hotel burns. In Kubrick's movie, the hotel freezes. It's a difference between warmth and cold.
And bitter he remained until finally, one day, the Messiah returned to bridge the divide once and for all.
Well, hi there.
The Shining is by far my most rewatched Kubrick movie. It's so famous I knew nearly every beat of the story before I'd even seen it once.
Maybe I'll check out that Axe collection. See you later.
Mom, is Dad gonna kill us? We're just gonna have to wait and see.
The camera work is so hauntingly flawless, once again utilizing those paths of glory tracking shots, now tightened up on a rolling dolly, and it takes inspiration from Lolita in uncomfortable adult-child interactions.
But don't be reading my mind between 4 and 5. That's Willie's time.
But that only adds to the rising, thumping, pulsating tension that boils over the pot into a sizzling steam of palpable terror. The music is just a few seconds off, as if purposely mistimed to create a distrust in our captain, the wild-eyed filmmaker. It's like you're on a gondola, and the Italian dude stops singing and starts rowing toward a cliff. Everything in this movie works for me, except the helicopter shadow in the opening shot, which only exists because the wider aspect ratio is now used, revealing more of the frame than he had signed off on.
Here's Johnny! Don't!
But other than that, it's a perfect film.